what do you carry in the house? What do you use? And I mean, what I mean by that is, yeah, I understand most of us got a pistol on the side of the bed and things like that. We got our handgun in a little handgun safe. But my thing is this: what about when, like, a handgun might not be enough, or, like, you might need something different. You know what I mean? Some situations might allow for that. Or what if you're a person that you don't use a handgun for your home defense? You use a rifle or a shotgun. Me personally, and then also another thing I was thinking about, like, what happens, if you have a upstairs and downstairs. You just happen to be downstairs cooking, and something happens. Somebody break in while you downstairs. A lot of people don't have guns on different parts of their house. Do you guys do that? Is that a good idea? Do you believe that's a good idea? I was thinking about a lot of that yesterday. You know, because I'm seeing these videos, man, all over the place. These home invasion videos, man. I actually just made a video that I'm gonna load soon. I was talking about the guy in Dearborn, Michigan, that got his somebody broke into his house, and he ended up shooting the home invasion dude. Shot him. They shot each other, exchanged fire in the room. He was barricaded up in his room while his friend was being held at gunpoint, while this fucking criminal was doing whatever he felt like he wanted to do. And a lot of people was giving that dude a lot of hell for how he handled it. But I talked about that in the video, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna load it soon. But yeah, I have a handgun next to the bed. Um, but I know it might be a situation where, who fuck knows, that might not be enough. Some people feel like, yo, you should be able to handle what you need to handle with a handgun. That should be good enough. And that could be true. And my recommendation for handguns is, like, don't. I think it's better to have a gun with us, a larger gun, like a something that holds 10 and more rounds, something like that. I don't think revolvers or things like that is really adequate enough nowadays. I would say something. Hell, I'll even say 10 rounds might not even be enough. I'd say 15 rounds and better out of your gun. Something like that. It don't even have to be a large gun, but something that holds large capacity is what I really mean. I see people say the rifles is good for home defense. I'm a little skeptical on using a rifle for home defense. I mean, like I said, if it's home defense where it's like, okay, it don't even fucking matter, shit going down, shit is heavy, then yeah. But if it's like, a dude coming in my house, and if my neighbor's house is real close to mine, I might feel a little funny about using a rifle. But I think at that moment, man, you don't really have time to think about shit like that, because it's like, what's good, Ernest? Salute. In that moment, man, you probably don't really have a moment to really give a fuck about that. But you don't want to hit nobody, your neighbors and shit like that. I know they do have rounds available that fragment and stuff like that, stop from traveling through the walls and shit like that. But you gotta think about that, man. And people say shotguns is better for home defense, and then the old myth for you, all you gotta do is rack the shotgun and they're gonna run out the house. That's bullshit, man. That's I don't know who came up with that. I really don't. Cause you see these videos, man, and these criminals ain't giving a fuck no more. They coming in the house with rifles. It's sometimes two, three of them coming in there with handguns, rifles, and they not coming in there with small stuff no more in a lot of these videos, man. So, it's only right that the good guy, he be prepared for that kind of stuff. I like shotguns though. A lot of people say bird shot is good for home defense. I like slugs though. I like slugs. That big piece of fucking lead coming at you just does something for me. You know what I mean? But I think I'm pretty sufficient with a pistol. But you can never be too sure. You just don't. You never know these days, man. Because I'm telling you, some of these dudes just coming out here. They breaking into these houses with some heavy shit. And I don't know. I think if somebody was breaking in at night, I think a handgun is good. But I also think there should be some backup weapons definitely within arm's reach. And I do think it's good to have a some kind of gun on a different level of your house that nobody can get to it but you. You know, I think that's a good thing too. Everybody's house is different. Everybody has a different layout. You know, some people, I know some people personally, they keep a shotgun downstairs, like near, you know, close to their living room, and some keep a rifle in the basement, and they keep a rifle upstairs, and two handguns upstairs with the rifle. So it's like, it's different, you know. Just like, see, here's the thing with that home invasion stuff, like, just like it's unpredictable, like we don't know when that shit could happen. That shit could happen to any of us, you know what I mean, anytime. At the same time, though, criminals got to start realizing you just don't know what the fuck you walking into either. You know what I mean? You don't know. You could be, you think it's gonna be sweet. You know what I mean? And you get up in one of these houses and you fuck around and find out the wrong way. You know? Just saying. So it's both. It goes both ways, man. But I've been seeing a lot of home invasions. There was just one in, man, where was it? I just saw it. I think it happened yesterday. This one is fucked up, man. The guy ended up dying. The guy that was living there, he was there with his family. I think it was his best friend. This was a little weird. I didn't understand that part of the story. The guy, his best friend died a week earlier. He lived in the house with his best friend's fiance. I don't understand what that's about, but that was a little weird. You know what I mean? But he lived there with the kids and her, and then somebody broke into the house and two guys had guns. He woke up and he just immediately went for them. He didn't have a gun or nothing. He went for them, beat up one of them real bad, I heard, but he ended up getting shot in the process and died. You know? You know, he did what he had to do, I guess, right? You know, maybe he you know, without a doubt, he saved a life, because if he didn't do nothing, he pretty much put his life on the line, because if he didn't do nothing, the robbers could have shot the girl and the kids. Who knows? By him taking them shots, that made them run out the house, you know? So salute to him for, you know, he lost his life, but he potentially saved other lives, you know? It's sad, bro. How people believe they could just break into your shit that you worked hard for. You know what? That gets me mad, and these fucking carjackings is getting me pissed off. In New York, yesterday there was a off-duty police. He got, it was attempted carjacking. He ended up they shot through his window to try to get at him, and he got grazed in the leg and pulled off. You know what I mean? From what I'm hearing, they saying that the one in the strip, he was at a strip club. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna do? People gotta learn how to chill the fuck out with these going to these stupid ass places, man. But they saying that one of the strippers probably picked them off and set them up. I don't know, but you hear a lot of that shit going on, and you know, getting your cars getting jacked everywhere, especially down in Atlanta. I'm getting a lot of people in my family telling me a lot of shit happening down there with carjackings, and like, yo, bro, how are you entitled to my shit? This is mine, bro. I bust my ass for it. However I did it. You go do the same thing and get your own shit, bro. Now, some people say, you know, it's not worth losing your life over a car. It's not, but sometimes they'll fucking still kill you when they even when you give them the car. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. You know, depending on how I might feel about that, I might be cranky that day. It might be a day I just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, somebody try to take my car, and let's say I did give it to him, I probably would just crash out, just empty into the fucking car, hoping I hit their ass. I don't know. Who knows, man? I mean, that's not really a smart thing to do, but you know, because that can go left. But you never know how you might react to certain things, man. Depending on how your day go, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just getting so tired of that mentality. Oh, I don't gotta go and bust my ass. You don't gotta get a job, dude. You can get some businesses going. Dudes don't want to do nothing. They want to go rob your shit. And then, you know, bro, what are you getting doing that, man? First of all, you putting your life on the line and your freedom. You trying to rob from somebody that could potentially kill you. A lot of times, it go wrong, you kill somebody in the robbery, you only getting like a couple of dollars, or you sometimes don't get nothing at all. You just kill somebody for no reason. And not to say that if they got off with 10, 20,000, that was a high value to take somebody's life. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, bro, if you're gonna do something like that, why you don't go rob a bank? You know what I mean? Or go rob fucking Fort Knox. Go do something like that. Why you? What are you really getting off of an individual? You ain't getting nothing, man. But probably a slug in your dome. That's what you're gonna probably end up with, or paralyzed or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Is it worth it? Nope. But to them it is. So criminals, dumb is gonna keep being dumb. Let them keep being dumb until they fuck around and find out the hard way. That's all. But as far as what you guys, how y'all set up, y'all got, do you recommend a SBR, or you know what I mean, a carbine? A lot of people like pistol caliber carbines for home defense too, because they give a little bit more energy to the pistol round. That's a good idea too, instead of using like a AK or AR. I could get with something like that. I was thinking about getting a carbine to rock with my bedside. I was thinking about that, so I'm interested. I'm looking into that. But yeah, when things gonna bump in the night, man, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be ready, man, the best way you can. Anyway, that's all I got. Love y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Catch y'all on the next one. Y'all stay safe.